Hello everybody. Welcome to my live stream tonight. We're going to be talking about the release of Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is and has been labeled as an activist. He's from the UK, United Kingdom. If a lot of you are not familiar with him, well, you might have seen me sharing a lot of his live stream videos and his videos from YouTube and Facebook. His biggest threat was his own country, the United Kingdom government. He was very outspoken pertaining to the Islamic immigration into his country and the crimes that were being committed, and then the fall of free speech. I've been following Tommy for quite some time. And back in May, he was reporting on some trials of a few people, Islamic, Muslim, and they were on trial for raping children. And I'm not going to get into all of that, but while he was reporting outside on a public street, he was arrested. He was in violation, or as they say, in contempt of court. It's a shame what is happening in Europe. It's a damn shame what is happening in the UK, Germany, Sweden, Norway, France, Spain, all over. It's happening here in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. As I've said before, your freedoms are disappearing. Your freedom of speech is falling to the wayside very quickly. But what I wanted to bring to all of you today was an introduction to Tommy Robinson. And he was released from a horrible, horrible jail scene in the UK. When he was arrested in front of that courthouse that day, in a matter of hours, he was arrested, tried, convicted, and sent to prison for a 13-month sentence. I've never heard of anything like that before, where you are tried, convicted, and sent to prison all on the same day. I've been a big supporter of Tommy Robinson for over a year and a half now. And I still will support him. But since his release, the tabloid journalisms the tabloid journalists excuse me, over in the UK have already started bashing him, filling the media full of lies. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing that we see here in the United States, dealing with our own president, Donald Trump. Every single day, that's all you hear. We barely hear any other kind of news. It's Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. Russian collusion. It's played out. It's old. There were no crimes. Let this man get to running this country the right way. Now, going back to what's happening over in the UK, when Tommy was arrested, rallies broke out. Protests broke out everywhere throughout London. The Muslim population, which is very large in the UK, they protested. Violence breaking out everywhere. Supporters of Tommy Robinson gathered together almost every single day. But the people of Britain are being kicked to the side in their own country. And this man was simply fighting for his countrymen. And he was jailed on a contempt of court ruling. Well, that was back in May. They sent him to a prison in the UK that had a 75% Muslim population. He had a target on his head. He was jailed before. Similar circumstances. The UK government did the same thing to him. They tried to break him emotionally. They failed. What they don't realize, ladies and gentlemen, is that whenever they are doing things like this, all they are doing is making this man bigger than life, which he deserves, because he's fighting for his own countrymen, fighting for their rights. What I want to share with you today was a video that he posted on his YouTube channel when he was able to get home today and see his wife and his 3 small children. It was very touching. I will continue to support Tommy Robinson. I will continue to support his fight for the freedom of speech. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said this before, I will say it again. The migration of Muslims into European countries is a well-orchestrated plan to create chaos, confusion, dissension, hate. I have nothing against the Muslim religion. I have nothing against the Quran. I believe in freedom of religion. It is your right. But whenever you come down to cases of brutality, assault, murder, and raping children, I draw the line. Tommy Robinson drew the line. Tens of thousands of people in the UK have drawn the line. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the governments of Europe, they are causing their own revolt in their own countries. They are causing this dissension amongst their own countrymen. Do you think that they're doing it by accident? They're doing it on purpose. They have an agenda. It does not include us, we the people. But I want to share this video of Tommy whenever he got back home today. And like I said, I've been a big supporter of his, and I will continue to support him and his cause. But let me go ahead and switch screens real quick. And just give me 1 second. I want to just check my microphone settings here real quick. I guess I should have did this beforehand. Yeah, okay. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And I'm going to blow this up full screen. If any of you know Tommy Robinson from before, you know, he was a lot thicker. It seems that since his arrest and imprisonment, he has lost some weight. Probably looks like about 20 pounds. I'm glad he's home. He's going to be going on a 2-week vacation, which ironically he had already planned many months before. He's going to be leaving on Friday, taking his family on what they refer to in the UK and Europe. They go on holiday. We refer to it as vacation here in the United States. But I wanted to play this video. I want you guys to listen to this man because, once again, I'll state this for the record. The tabloid journalism in the UK is absolutely horrendous. They are already trying to bash this man into the ground. And all he has tried to do is good. And this is becoming the norm throughout all of these European countries and also here in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, for all of you listening to me now that live here in the United States, this is going to be knocking on your door before you know it. Let's watch the video.
Home sweet home. I know I've got so many people I need to thank, so much I want to say. I've got loads to say, but I feel anxious. I feel anxious and it's a bit strange, but I want to share this next moment with you because it's everyone who supported me. It's every one of you that's made this possible. And my son and my children have taken this so bad. I'll just read these most recent emails. Hi, babe. Saturday night. Back from visiting you today. Don't know what to say about Spencer really. He is absolutely heartbroken. He cried the whole way back. We went to TGI and he was crying, saying every kid is with their dad. And I'm the only one that doesn't have my dad here to do things. He cried himself to sleep. He got into a right state. He was saying he misses you so much and wants you home. He was angry at himself for getting upset in front of you. Says he doesn't want you to see him crying, and he tried not to cry on every visit, but he cannot help it. He's saying he doesn't want to go to Tenerife on holiday if you're not coming. He told me to cancel and said he would not get on a plane if it's not with you. Here's a fabulous moment. A year ago I booked a holiday with my family, with all of my family, to go to Tenerife for 2 weeks. We go on holiday on Friday in 24 hours. I did not expect to come home today. I've been released today. My children are on their way home now. They weren't at home. So I just want to share that moment. Now I could be bitter and angry about everything that's happened. But if I'm bitter and angry, I'd accept my own victimhood. I'm their target, I'm not their victim. It's not the same for my son or for my family, but as I said, I've got so much to say about everything that's gone on, but I just want to share this moment with you as they come in. I'm anxious waiting for him, and I cannot wait. I am so excited. I've been emotional many times because I know how upset my children have been. And they don't know I'm home. My children don't know I'm home. They don't know I've been released. They're going to in a minute.
Daddy!
Guess who's coming on holiday?
Daddy!
Coming on holiday, babe. Come here. Come here. Oh, I'm sorry. You home? So, I know I'm going to have so many thank yous I need to give. People who I want to meet and thank personally. People all over the world. From Ezra Levant and Rebel Media, who've been absolute legends through this, to Raheem Kassan, to Gert Wilders, to the Middle East Forum. Do you know when I'm sitting reading emails in my cell, I'm reading emails from people who I've not met, many of them, who are saying we're not going to rest until he's freed. It was such a feeling to know the support, and I've got so much I want to speak on this, but all I want this to be about is the thank yous to people. I owe people all over the world thank yous. I owe every single one of you to say that the moment of me coming home, I feel great to be home, but also, I'll go into it all when I get back off my holiday, but what they have attempted to do is mentally destroy me. That was not a prison sentence. That was mental torture. That's solitary confinement, all of it. Everything was orchestrated and organised to cause me maximum disruptions. So yeah, I feel nervous. I feel I've got butterflies constantly. I know I've only just come home and it sounds weird, but mainly this is just thank yous. And one thank you I want to give a special thank you to is my lawyers, my solicitors, my legal team, and every one of you that supported them and made it possible. But John Carson from Carson K, Kelly Rowan, and the QC, Jeremy Dean. One more thank you. Actually, there's so many thank yous. I keep remembering UKIP, Jared Batten, Lord Pearson, person after person after person who come out and put their neck and their reputation on the line. Do you know what I'm happy for right now? The reason why I'm happy is because I've watched and I've read as firemen were suspended, as school teachers were suspended, for simply saying that they saw something that was wrong and they didn't agree with it and they thought it was wrong. Today you've all been proven right. You've all been proven correct. And I've watched, as journalist after journalist, they wrote hit piece after hit piece after hit piece, from Sky News to BBC to Channel 4. And if they even knew the current mood of the country or understood the feeling, they'd see by the likes and the responses to their own media articles that the public don't buy it anymore. And that's it. That's just the thank yous. And yeah, I just want to say thank you. And I'm going to go take 2 weeks now to just chill with my family, no mobile. What I want to say, when I come back in 2 weeks, I want every single one of you to join me, as George is brilliantly going to put together, start to finish. I want to see what's been going on. I've only read little post-its here and there and messages. I want to watch from start to finish what happened from the minute I was taken off the street to the minute I got released. I want all of you to join me as I watch it. So I'll be seeing you all soon when I'm back. Thank you again. I can't express my gratitude enough.
You know, folks, very, very touching. Very touching. It was great to see Tommy see his kids, his family, after being locked up for a couple of months and mentally tortured. They kept threatening to put him in general population in a prison that was 75% Muslim, and they were threatening to kill him. The last time they jailed him, they did just that. Threw him into general population. He was immediately assaulted. But because of all of the publicity, they didn't do it this time. If that man would have died in prison, all hell would have broke loose on the streets of London and probably every city, town, and village in the UK. And as he said in his video report there, hit pieces. What he's referring to is the media in the UK. I've read some of the disgusting reports trying to paint him as a Zionist, a money maker. This is all for money, simply because people are supporting him financially. Several groups supported him financially for his legal defense. There's nothing wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. I have money for him. I emailed him earlier today. We sold the free Tommy Robinson t-shirts. We sold a lot of them. We have about $500 to send to him and his family. I did that from my heart. I did that because I respect the man and what he stands for. For all of us here in the United States, ladies and gentlemen, this is knocking on our back door. I'm sure a lot of you can see it. We have a lot of problems around the world. We have a lot of problems with the earth that we live on. We also have some issues within our solar system that I speak about on our Planet X News YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Now, getting to some of that news. Once again, I have caught YouTube, and the new word, the new phrase going around is this shadow banning. I call it censoring, filtering, because that's exactly what it is. Our website for Planet X News is a Google product, Blogger. You can open up a blog, a website, and it's directly linked to Google. And I post all of our videos from YouTube directly onto that website. It has a fantastic analytics program. It shows me exactly how many people are viewing the videos that we upload to our website. YouTube has the same analytic program. I've shown this before. Once again, I went through another audit in the beginning of the month. I do it every single month. So whenever I upload a video to YouTube, it now takes almost 2 hours. 2 hours. I contacted my internet provider, my cable TV company, again today. We ran tests on my internet service for an hour. There's nothing wrong on my end. They're blocking me. They're blocking Dr. Albers, and they're doing it to many, many other people on YouTube. Within this truth community, as it's called. I call it exposing the truth. People have a right to know things that are happening. So we conducted this audit again on our website, and it coincides exactly with our YouTube views. So a video that I uploaded last week on our website, it shows that we had 69,000 views. 69,000. When people are clicking on that video on our website, it is a YouTube URL link, which means they're watching a YouTube video. That should count as a view, but it doesn't. That same video that received 69,000 views on our website under a YouTube URL link only received 2,200 views on YouTube. I've contacted YouTube over a dozen times about this matter. They tell me there's nothing wrong. But we know for a fact that people are not able to see our YouTube videos. And just last week, I had one of our followers and subscribers from Belgium that was trying to access our website. He sent me a screenshot of what it was saying on his computer screen. It said, "This website is malicious and unsafe. Access denied." Well, I've since corrected that. I'm no technical guru, but I reached out to a few people that I know in the web industry. They told me exactly what to do. I did just that, and now more and more people are able to view our website. I want to talk about MFA for a few minutes. For all of you that are MFA members, I just want to let you know, later on tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, I have a video conference with the board of directors from MFA, and we're going to be talking about the MFA future and what I can possibly do to continue in Scott Binsack's steps. Scott was making a lot of plans. He had a bright future for MFA. We're going to continue that. If they accept my proposal for continuing his work, that will be fantastic. I've been working on it every minute of the day, every day. I have some fantastic ideas. I've put together a proposal for the MFA board members. I submitted it to them last week. They have read it. I have gotten some feedback from some of the members. They like what I had to say. And hopefully, during our video conference later on this evening, everything goes good. But ladies and gentlemen, for support of Tommy Robinson, check out his Facebook page. All you have to do is in the search engine on Facebook, just type in Tommy Robinson, take you directly to his Facebook page. He also has a website, and he also has a YouTube channel. And YouTube has done the same thing to him. He has hundreds of thousands of followers, but yet no views. We know exactly what social media is doing. The big players, Google, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Facebook's doing the same thing. The exact same thing. They're filtering, they're shadow banning. Twitter doing the same thing. Politicians were just recently complaining about being shadow banned. They weren't Democrats either. They were Republicans. Trump supporters. Listen, folks, I know a lot of you may or may not like our president, but I think this man's doing the best that he can. There is part of me that, kind of stands teetering on that fence, because it's just my human nature not to trust anybody but myself. But you can clearly see the deep state in this country is wicked, rotten to the core, and they have their own agenda. And like I said before, it does not include you or me or our families. The deep state, if you really want to know who they are, the deep state is the big oil companies, the big media companies, and the banking industry. These are the people that control the world. They control everything, ladies and gentlemen, everything. Look into it. Start researching it, because sooner or later, this is all going to affect you and your family, your well-being, your security, your day-to-day life. If you are not informed, if you do not know what is going on, you're going to be lost very quickly. Now, I'm hoping over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping everything goes really good with MFA. I would like to continue in Scott Binsack's footsteps. We got to know each other very well over the course of the last year. And again, I'm still very, very sad with his passing. It's really eating at me. Maybe I'm just looking for answers, more than what I've been given. But I want to continue in his footsteps, because the man had a dream, he had a plan, and that plan was to bring America together. MFA, March for America. Tommy Robinson is doing the same thing in his country. There's also a young lady out there by the name of Laura Southern. You can look her up on YouTube. She's very well known. She's been involved with Tommy Robinson. And just recently, she was on the streets of Sydney, Australia, wanting to do some live reports for her YouTube channel with her little film crew. And she wanted to walk down the street into a Muslim community. She was immediately stopped by the police and harassed, and then told on camera that she was not allowed to go down to that neighborhood. Why? I don't understand it. What is going on? So you see, ladies and gentlemen, from Australia to the European countries, to Canada, to the United States. This is happening everywhere. You ask why? We are in search of that question. We know why. A lot of it right now I can't verbalize on this live stream. I mean, you should see what is happening in Spain right now. I mean, just the other day, people all over the beaches of southern Spain enjoying the hot weather that they've been getting pounded with, these heat waves. And then all of a sudden, boatloads of migrants start hitting the shore in broad daylight. Hundreds of them. While people were sitting there sunbathing, enjoying themselves, and all of a sudden you have hundreds of people jumping off of boats and running amok. Ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing against legal immigration. My great-grandfather came to the United States in 1921 as an Italian immigrant through Ellis Island. He came here legally and he worked his ass off. I respect that man. We have to respect our borders like the government wants us to respect and abide by the law. Well, the law states that illegal immigration is what? It is against the damn law. So how in the hell are illegal immigrants allowed to vote in elections in this country? Why? Because the Democratic Party wants it that way. Because they know that they don't have a chance in hell in regaining the Oval Office. Because their agenda is the deep state. I swear to God, these people must be insane. People are yelling and screaming about Donald Trump this and Donald Trump that, and he did this and he did that. No, ladies and gentlemen, all these things were put into place many years ago under Barack Obama's 8 years of hell in this country. I'm sorry if I may be pissing a few people off, but let's just face it. Right now, this country is doing a hell of a lot better than it was over the past 8 years. Watching Barack Obama fly pallets full of American money over to Iran, give me a break. Remember that story? Where the hell is the $22 trillion that Donald Rumsfeld says he can't find? Back in the Bush era, even though Bush was a Republican, yeah, he's part of that Bohemian Rhapsody group. These people are deep state scum. You think about the Bushes, that goes all the way back to the assassination of John F. Kennedy. But where did they make their money? They made their money in oil. Who's part of the deep state? The big oil companies, the banks, the Rothschilds, the New World Order. They don't want anything to do with us. They want to eliminate us. They want to take away your freedoms. They want to take away your rights. And they want to give those rights to people who are illegally in your country. Does that make any sense whatsoever? If you say yes, Turn off my live stream right now. Don't watch me anymore. The immigration problem in this country right now is completely out of hand. These sanctuary cities, absolutely ridiculous. The governor of the state of New York, that reject, Andrew Cuomo, man, that guy ought to be locked up. Some of the governors of the states in this country need to be locked up. They're committing crimes. But you know what? If me and you went out there and we committed those same crimes, you'd be up on felony charges. You would be locked up instantaneously. But you are not a politician. It seems there's a different standard for the politicians in this country. And that's complete BS. Forget about supporting the president of this country. Support your fellow man. Support your brother and your sister. We're in big trouble in this country, ladies and gentlemen. The European countries are in big trouble. This New World Order crap is really starting to creep up my ass. Fighting censorship is not easy when you're a one-man band. But together, as long as we all stay together, increase our numbers, share the information that is out there, become vocal, speak your piece. Yes, we may not all agree on all of the subjects, but the bottom line is we're all in the same boat together. We're all living the same life. The life of your freedoms being thrown in the trash every minute of every day. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can, if given the chance with MFA, to take it to the next level. Like I said, folks, I've been working on some things now for the past week, and I have some pretty bright ideas, and I'd like to get a lot of people involved. I can't do it on my own. You know, just like Scott Binsack, just like he was really trying to do it on his own. A lot of great ideas, a lot of projects in the works. But ladies and gentlemen, you cannot do it all on your own. You need the support of your fellow countrymen. We need the support of people from other countries. All of us banding together, becoming unstoppable. You know, we don't want a war, but that's what these countries are pushing their own people to. They're pushing their people towards civil war. Why? So they have an excuse to go out there and slaughter you. And in their eyes, they'll be doing that legally. It's a shame. I never thought in a million years, I never thought in my lifetime that I would be doing what I'm doing. I was thinking more in the lines of living my life quietly, being happy, stress-free. My life has become nothing more but stress. Worrying each and every day because of what is happening in this country and what I see happening in all of these other countries. The assaults, the rapes, the pedophilia, the violence. So much of it not being reported in the mainstream media. You know it. I know it. It's horrible. But yet the governments are covering it all up. The country of Sweden, they should be ashamed of themselves. For the last 2 years, what's been happening there in Sweden with the assault and rape of Swedish women. Same thing in Germany. Same thing in the other countries in Europe. But yet the government plays their favoritism to the people committing the crimes because of their religious beliefs. That's ludicrous. That's insane. That's just plain damn wrong. We as a people, we cannot just sit back and let this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, if we sit back and we let this happen, we're doomed. We are doomed. Here's a thought. The New World Order, the elite, they have a well-orchestrated plan. They are carrying it out day by day. So if they have a well-orchestrated plan, then why shouldn't we? You get my drift? That's what we need. We need a well-orchestrated plan. Our voices need to be heard immediately. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you may be living comfortably in your little town or your little city or your little village. Sooner or later, all hell's going to break loose. What are you going to do then? Be part of something now before it's too late. Continue to support MFA. I appreciate your support. Please support Tommy Robinson in his efforts. Laura Southern, also. Anybody out there that is seeking the truth and exposing what is happening, support them. Step up to the plate yourself. We need to do everything we can do, starting today. You know, getting back to Tommy Robinson, you know, he's not out of the woods yet. They deemed that the whole entire arrest and conviction and jailing, imprisonment was completely illegal, out of line, so they let him out on bail. He's still under the charge of breaching the peace and contempt of court. There is a high possibility that he could be found guilty and sent back to jail. I hope and I pray that doesn't happen. But it's not the first time, folks. The young lady that I mentioned to you, Laura Southern, upon her entering, I forget what country it was. I don't know if it was the UK or one of the European countries. It was a story that was probably about maybe 6 months ago. Her and another individual, upon entering, I forget what country it was, upon them entering that country, they were going to meet up with Tommy Robinson. They never made it because they were jailed. They were arrested for nothing. Held in a jail for 72 hours. Given no information. Nothing. And then deported. Why? Because they knew that they were there to expose what was happening. Just like her video the other day when she was walking down the streets of Sydney, Australia. Oh, wow. She couldn't go into a Muslim neighborhood. What the hell? Is that against the law? Is it? But the police officer, oh, he sure made it clear. He put down his law on her and told her, you cannot go down to that neighborhood. Well, who the hell is he? The judge, the jury, and the executioner? Yeah, just like they did to Tommy Robinson. Just like they've done to me. The intimidation tactics, that shit doesn't work with me. You can intimidate me all you want. All you're going to get is the really bad side of me. It's time to step up, ladies and gentlemen. Before you know it, all of this is going to be knocking on your back door. And if you're not informed and you have no idea of what is happening and why, you're going to be in the worst situation of your life. You're going to be out there looking for support, looking for friends. There's going to be nobody around. You're not going to know what to do, where to go. You're not going to know what's happening and why. It is time to band together. It is time to keep yourself in the loop. As long as we have social media, we can use it as we need it. They will continue shadow banning us. They will continue censoring us. They will continue filtering us. Can they do it to all of us? Maybe, maybe not. They hold the technology. We're going to think of other avenues to expose this New World Order scum and the violation of your rights. One of the biggest ones right now is your freedom of speech. And also, here in the United States, your Second Amendment right. Your right to bear arms. Your right to protect yourself and your family. Slowly, but surely, being kicked to the curb and thrown in the trash. It's happening. I spoke about this 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, in 2016. I warned all of my followers from Planet X News that this would be occurring in due time. I spoke about it again throughout 2017, warning people that this type of chaos would occur. It will be a well-orchestrated plan. They are going to try to pit people against each other. What a better way to do it than with your religious beliefs? A very sensitive subject. What did they do? They opened up the borders to radical Islamic people. Again, I have nothing against the Muslim faith. But killing people, assaulting people, raping women, children, it's disgusting. I don't want you to think that I'm just picking on these people because it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from or what your religious beliefs are. There are criminals everywhere. But how they've gone about this migration is criminal. 100%. It is a well-orchestrated plan that goes back many, many years, well into the Obama administration with Hillary Clinton. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a stand. Get off of your hands. Step up. Stand on your feet. Let your voice be heard before that voice is permanently silenced. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this live stream and prepare for my video conference with the MFA Board of Directors this evening. Hope everything goes well. I hope each and every one of you, I hope you were able to take something away from this live stream. It is time for all of us to step up and do whatever you can. Whether it's wearing a t-shirt, complaining about geoengineering and chemtrailing, exposing what is lurking out there near our sun, exposing the politicians for the criminals that they are. Whatever it is, your voice needs to be heard. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening. Once again, please stay tuned to my Scott Sion Facebook page. I'll be doing a hell of a lot more live streaming in the days and the weeks to come. Be safe, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have a good evening.